10, 5, and touchdown. And going all the way. Straight to the top, and you know you'll never catch me 'cause I'm never gonna stop. SEMO Conference Tournament, your team against the Bearcats out of Dexter, opening round. Give me your first thoughts here on the Bearcats.
Oh, they're really good. They're gritty. They've won one conference tournament already this year. They got their ace on the mound. We have to come with our A game and be ready, and we need our pitcher to throw a lot of strikes. We need our defense to play a clean game, and we just have to have fun and get after it.
Let's talk about the pitcher on the bump here for you guys, Brady Robertson. How deep is he going to go in this ball game, or does it depend on if you guys are able to score runs early in this one?
We'll play it by feel, but right now Brady's going to go. I mean, like you said, it's kind of fun on these tournaments and stuff because, you know, there's no tomorrow. You lose, you can't fight back through the bracket. You lose, you're in the loser's bracket. So we have to go after this one game at a time and try to get a win.
What's really cool about today's game, it's our final home game of this season. Next year, though, when you wear the green jerseys and the uniforms, give me a holler beforehand so I can match.
Well, I tell you this stuff like all the time, and you just don't want to pay attention, so it's okay, you know. No, I know. Yeah, it's the guys, they wanted to have a theme of going to battle today for this tournament, so I was like, okay. And we're not going to wear them on the road at all, and, you know, that wouldn't be right for Poplar to wear a different color on the road, so I said we can do this. It's the third game this year, so we're going to wear them and have fun with it and try to win a game.
You know, what's it mean to play here before the home fans one more time, especially for your 7 seniors coming out here again today? We had senior night on this past Tuesday. Your team showed up and showed out. Here today, how important is it for this team to have one more home game?
Oh, it's amazing, and we never want to lose here, you know. I think in the last 7 years, there's only been 4 losses at home for Poplar Bluff, and we definitely don't want a 5th one today. So, you know, we're excited about it. The guys are excited. They know about the culture we have here, and you know, our fans help us out a lot, and it's exciting. And so we're going to try to go get another win.
Let's talk about defensively. Who do you have in certain places? And I know it's going to be an all-in mentality. So for your team, give me some of your defensive points here today.
Well, you know, we moved Carr to shortstop because we like how he can field a ground ball on the turf and stuff, and we feel like with his arm it can help us out a lot. And Greenwald's been doing a great job in center field, and a lot of it works on our DH because Ty's been hitting a mess out of the ball, so we really need him in the lineup. So depending on who's on the bump, it's kind of who's getting DH for, because in the middle of the game we might have to move people around, and when we move people around we don't want to lose our DH. So, you know, we need to keep that in mind and get after it, you know. And, you know, I think, you know, Jacob behind the plate, he's been solid all year. I look for the best out of him. Brady on the bump, like you said, and freshman Spain's grew up this whole year at second base. So, you know, and Axton's been doing great at third base. So, you know, we're just happy with what we got, and we're going to get after it. Massey's in left field, and we're just going to see what happens.
All right, Coach, thank you for the opportunity and the time. Go get them. We'll see you guys after the ball game.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You betcha. Head coach Steve Edwards joining us live fieldside. It is the Bank of Missouri pregame show. We are live on Facebook and on YouTube. First pitch between the Mules and the Bearcats is coming up at the bottom of the hour. You're listening to Mules Baseball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Go Mules! The Bank of Missouri wishes the Mules a fantastic season. Live well, play well, bank well. At 130 years strong, you can count on us to support you through all the seasons of life.
The Scott Law Group, a family-owned firm providing trusted legal counsel for matters pertaining to real estate, personal injury, criminal, and family law. Call 785-4688 or online, scottlawgroupmode.com.
Welcome back now to Poplar Bluff, and of course coming up here this afternoon at 4:30 on the dot. It is the opening round for the Mules SEMO Conference Tournament. It is one of the best tournaments all year long. Today, Poplar Bluff gets their opportunity, and looking at the bracket, by the way, of what's happened earlier today, there's all kinds of great baseball games going on. So far today, Notre Dame has already got a win, and they were able to, or I should say Cape Central rather, got a win over Notre Dame. They won 6-3 earlier at Kappa Hall and Cape Girardeau. And then Jackson and Sykeston, it was also at Kappa Hall. Sykeston, they did go toe-to-toe with Jackson as long as they could. It was a 3-2 ball game, Jackson, and then Jackson would open things up late in that game, going on to win 12-2. So that means that Cape Central, they have now moved on. They're going to play in the semifinals coming up on Saturday, as will the Jackson Indians. The only question is, who's going to join them? We've got Kennett and New Madrid. They're going to be playing right now down in Kennett. We're going to keep you up to date on that ball game as well. And the winner of this game is going to take on the Jackson Indians tomorrow afternoon in Kappa Hall, beginning at 12:15 p.m. That means our pregame is going to begin sometime between 11:30, 11:45, and the first pitch coming up at 12:15 tomorrow afternoon. Yes, you'll be able to hear that game live on the radio, and we'll be streaming it on Facebook and on YouTube. You know what? I'm assuming that. Tim, you going tomorrow? He's giving me thumbs up. So, yes, we're going to be broadcasting that game on video tomorrow as well. Today, we are live on Facebook and YouTube exclusively because right now we still have a big St. Jude Radiothon going on. And, of course, we encourage everyone to become partners in hope. And to do that, just call toll-free 1-800-330-9727, 1-800-330-9727. Become a partner in hope and do your part in helping out the kids of St. Jude. That's going on right now. The big Radiothon is going on until 6 p.m. We decided that, you know what, we did not want to interrupt the flow of the St. Jude Radiothon, so that's why today only this game is going to be streamed video with audio on Facebook and on YouTube. All right, as you can see, Coach James Sneed of the Dexter Bearcats is meeting with Coach Steve Edwards of the Mules. And by the way, those of you who don't know Coach Sneed, we were told that he is going to be retiring after this season. He does a phenomenal job with Dexter. I know every time I go over and we do any kind of broadcasting in Dexter, whether it's basketball, whether it's baseball, whatever the case is, that guy down there on the right of your screen, James Sneed, he has always been more than willing to help us. And, of course, our umpires today, Randy Winston behind the plate. Our good buddy Jeff Anglin, he is going to be in the field coming up today. We're going to go down field side coming up. We're going to go down field side, and we're going to be hanging out, and we'll give it to the public address announcer. We're going to give it to Mr. Brandon Spain, and he will take over. He'll give us our starting lineups, and of course, we've got the first pitch coming up between Poplar Bluff and the Dexter Bearcats. And remember, if you are watching us on Facebook and YouTube, coming up as soon as we do the national anthem, we have to kill the audio, mute the audio, so to speak, only because if we don't, we're going to get thrown off of Facebook and YouTube for copyright infringement, and we don't want that, especially now more than ever in our SEMO conference tournament. So that's where we are. And, of course, in just a moment, we're going to go throw it over to Brandon Spain, who does a phenomenal job as the PA address announcer, and he will let us know who is starting where with the Dexter Bearcats as well as the Poplar Bluff Mules. And once again, let us know here live on Facebook and YouTube where you're watching from, and most importantly, what team you're going to be rooting for today as the Mules will take on the Dexter Bearcats. And real quick, as we are watching the Dexter Bearcats being introduced, we will tell you coming up before the opening pitch who each player is and what position they are playing. Funny story about Noah Spain, our freshman second baseman. When he got here today to Bobby Strenfeld Field, I took a picture of it, and it's actually the PA's son, actually, the Brandon Spain's son. And what's funny about Mr. Noah Spain, when he came in, I guess he got with the team, and he's like, you know what, I want to do something special for our last home game of the season. Boy, did he do something special. He took that black paint that you see ball players wear under their eyebrows to keep the sweat out of their eyes or whatever. And, of course, what did he do with it? He took that and he pretty much marked all over his face. It was incredible. We took a picture of it. It was a lot of fun. And he did go clean it off. He got things a little bit better. And you're seeing Brady Robertson now being introduced here live. He'll be the pitcher today coming up for the Mules. Now, it's interesting about Brady Robertson, and we're going to be talking about this a lot coming up. We were told that before we got here today that Robertson was going to be on a pitch count, very low pitch count. It was going to be about 30. However, Coach Edwards has kind of since retracted just a little bit and said, you know what, we want to win this ball game today, and if it's a close ball game after 30 pitches, he might go ahead and leave him in the ball game a little while longer. So we'll see how it all pans out coming up here in just a few moments. We're going to go down field side for the playing of our national anthem, and then we'll come back for the opening pitch in Poplar Bluff. All right, so there you have it. That is our national anthem. And now that means it is now time to play ball here in Poplar Bluff at Bobby Strenfeld Field. Here in beautiful Poplar Bluff, Frankie Castillo alongside Tim Hicks on the camera and the video ads coming up today. It is now time for our starting lineups defensively, or make that offensively for the Bearcats. They're going to be led off by the catcher, number 4, Camden Riley, batting second at shortstop. Number 11, Cole Nichols, batting third. He'll be the pitcher, number 1, Caden Kennedy, also batting cleanup at right field. Number 2, Taylor Kondik, batting fifth. Over at first base, it is Bo Carrier, batting sixth at third base. Number 15, Jackson Howard, also batting seventh at center field. Number 5, Noah Alford, batting 8th at left field. Number 3, Adam Sailors, and batting 9th at second base, it is number 16, Ben Howard. Now looking over at the Mules defensively this afternoon. In left field, number 4, Logan Massey. At center field, number 27, Kobe Greenwald. And playing over in right field today is number 7, Jacob Valenzuela. Around the horn in the infield, at third base, number 3, Axton Eisenbeiss. Over at shortstop, it is number 12, Cannon Carr, playing second base. Number 11, Noah Spain. First base is number 40, Kason King. Behind the plate, Jacob Baller. He wears number 5. And on the mound for the Poplar Bluff Mules, it is number 1, Brady Robertson, making his 6th start of the season. He is 1-1 so far this year. He has pitched 28 1/3 innings, giving up 24 hits, 19 runs, 13 earned. He has walked 8 and struck out 45. His ERA is 3.212. It is now time for the opening pitch presented by the Bank of Missouri. And we are underway. It is now 4:23, and there's a ball taken outside. We are officially underway in Poplar Bluff, and man, it feels nice outside. 81 degrees here at the start of this game, and a south wind at 16 miles an hour. Wind gust to around 25 here this afternoon. 2 balls and no strikes to the leadoff man. This one, a chopper over to third base. Eisenbeis with a long throw and a good play by Kason King. 1 up and 1 down here in the top part of inning number 1 as the first batter is retired on a 5-3 ground out. So 1 up and 1 down here in the top part of inning number 1. Cole Nichols coming up to the plate now. And Nichols on the season batting 179 so far this season. He's got 6 RBIs, no home runs. Our good friend Stacy Rommel tuning in from Poplar Bluff. Also Ron Withrow is tuning in. Big Mules fan. Glad to have Mr. Withrow along for the ride. Ball 1 taken inside. Once again, our home plate umpire today is Randy Winston. In the field, it is Jeff Anglin. Glad to have him along. We saw Mr. Anglin earlier today during our St. Jude Radiothon. He come in for a couple of hours and did amazing on the air, talking about his personal story with cancer and going to St. Jude. And, of course, that's going on right now, by the way. Our St. Jude Radiothon. It is going on until 6 p.m. today, our final day of the Radiothon. There's a ground ball hit sharply over at second base. Spain with a nice play. Another quick out here in the top part of inning number 1. 2 up and 2 down. And that's going to bring up now Caden Kennedy. He is the pitcher for the Bearcats. He is batting a team-high .455 on the season. He's got 1 home run, 13 RBIs. He's got some power as a pitcher. So 2 up and 2 down. He takes ball 1 to begin here this at bat. No score from Poplar Bluff. Remember, if you want to become a partner in hope, still time to do so. 2 balls and no strikes. Just call 1-800-330-9727. That's 1-800-330-9727. And we want to raise as much money as we can for St. Jude. I will try to get you a total from what we had earlier this hour. And right now, our Radiothon, as of 4 o'clock, so it's a little bit old. It's about 26 minutes old. So far, we have raised, with your help, our community has come together to raise over $128,000. And there's a foul swing, and it goes into the catcher. So 3 up and 3 down. We're going to go to the bottom half of inning number 1. No score as Robertson, Greenwald, and Bather come up for the Poplar Bluff Mules. You're watching Mules Baseball exclusively on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Briggs & Stratton. Great pay, great benefits, and continuing education. Everything you and your family deserve. Go to careers.vasco.com and look at Poplar Bluff job openings.
Got Ram Truck Month going on. Fresh inventory arriving daily. We still need your quality pre-owned vehicles, whether you want to trade or you just want to sell. We want to look at it. The Ram Truck Month is going on now.
All right, so let's go ahead now and check out our starting lineups here this afternoon for the Poplar Bluff Mules. Offensively coming up for Poplar Bluff, leading things off will be the pitcher, Brady Robertson, batting second at center field. It is Kobe Greenwald. Batting third, the catcher is Jacob Bather, batting cleanup at shortstop. Cannon Carr batting fifth, the DH man, Ty Rommel. Batting sixth at first base, Kason King. Batting seventh at second base, it is Noah Spain. Batting eighth at third base, it is Axton Eisenbeis. And Jacob Valenzuela is going to bat ninth, and he'll play right field. Playing left field, it is Logan Massey. Now looking over at the defense here for the Dexter Bearcats. We will start in left field. And, of course, in left field is Adam Sailors. Over in center field, it is Noah Alford. In right field, Taylor Kondik. And, of course, in the infield here for the Dexter Bearcats. Over at third base, it is Jackson Howard. At shortstop, Cole Nichols. Over at second base, it is Ben Howard. First base, it is Bo Carrier. Behind the plate, Camden Riley. And on the mound for the Dexter Bearcats here this afternoon, it is Caden Kennedy. He is making his third start of the season with a record of 2-0 so far on this season. There's a swing and a miss by Brady Robertson. And, of course, Caden Kennedy has pitched 12 innings so far this year, giving up 4 hits, 1 run. The run was earned. Walked 4, struck out 22. There's a ground ball. It's going foul, so it's quickly no balls and 2 strikes. His earned run average, by the way, is .583. Robertson this season batting .418 as a leadoff man. 2 RBIs, no homers, but he's got a lot of speed. 4 stolen bases so far this season for Brady Robertson. And that last swing and a miss, he may have aggravated that heel that he's been having some issue with. As you can see, it is the right heel. And that is one area that has been a big concern for Robertson this season. And I remember a couple of games ago when he was going around first base in Jackson, and he about stumbled, and he's going to now try to walk it off or run it off a little bit. He has had some major issues, and he knows. He said it live on the Jackson game after we interviewed him. He said that it was not going to get any better until this season was over, and he was not going to quit. So my hat goes off to that young man. He is powering through this injury on the right heel, Achilles heel possibly. I'm hoping that's not what it is. It could be a variety of things. It's no balls and 2 strikes. You got to tip your cap to Brady Robertson, as he has done his job in fighting through that pain. It is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Our broadcast this afternoon being brought to you by the Bank of Missouri, the Scott Law Group, LLC. Also being brought to you by Briggs & Stratton. There's a pop fly. This one out towards center field. Alford gets underneath it and will make the play. 1 out here in the bottom part of inning number 1. That out goes F8 on the out, and that's going to bring up Colby Greenwald to the plate. Our broadcast presented by Briggs & Stratton, Larry Hillis Dodge, Eye Care Specialist. Also being brought to you by Christian Automotive and Tire, Las Margaritas, Mayas, and Taco Taco. Also First Choice Insurance and Air Solutions. So Colby Greenwald coming up to the plate now for Poplar Bluff. We'll see what he can do with nobody on and one away. He is batting .348 this season, 6 RBIs at 16 base hits so far this season for Greenwald. This one's a rip. Get down, baby, for a hit. Yes, it will. Nice line drive, base hit to center field, and the Mules have their first base runner of the ball game. It is a base hit by Colby Greenwald. Now coming up to the plate. That, of course, it is. We're talking about Jacob Ballard. Ballard coming up now, and boy, he has had a great season so far for Poplar Bluff. Ballard coming up this season right now, 3 home runs, a season high, 21 RBIs, batting .340 on the season, rips it right at third base, and it's going to be at least a force out. Could have been, he was thinking maybe a double play, but it was a screamer to third base, and it will wind up and be a line drive, a fielder's choice. And it's going to wind up and go 5-6 on the out. So 2 down here in the inning. So 2 away, and that's going to bring up to the plate now Cannon Carr. Carr this season batting .347, and we're going to see David Durbin coming in now as a courtesy runner. This young man, he's got a lot of speed out there on first base. So we'll see what David Durbin can do as Ballard now is able to get on first base, and there's a ball taken outside. 1 ball and no strikes now. You can hear Coach Edwards telling his team to work in the box. Cannon Carr batting .347, 17 RBIs so far this season. Glad to have Roger Faith on with us all the way up in Crystal City, Missouri. How is the weather up there, my friend? Down here, 81 degrees. A little bit of light wind, not too bad. Not too bad of an afternoon compared to Tuesday. We were thinking it was going to be raining all day. That rain has at least held off for 24 hours. Runner on first base, 2 down here in the inning. This one inside, pitch called a strike. 2 balls and a strike to the Mules at shortstop for today, Cannon Carr. Mules trying to get a win today to move on to the next game tomorrow to take on the Jackson Indians. A win here will set it up. There's a fly ball to right field. Kondik is going to call everybody off. Gets underneath it. He dropped it. The sun got in his eyes at the last part. Mules are going to send the runner, and the Mules are going to come away with a score. So David Durbin as the courtesy runner is going to pay off. And just like that, the Mules come away with a big run here in the top part of inning number 1. So that's going to be an E9 to right field as Cannon Carr is able to get to second base, and David Durbin is going to come in to score. This one taken for a ride. It is a foul ball. So no balls and a strike now to the DH man, and the DH is Ty Rommel, as Rommel comes in batting .341 here this season. He's got 12 RBIs. Love to have number 13 right here. This one up high for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Roger says sunny skies and 75. Glad to hear that, Raj. We're going to have a great, at least Friday, Saturday. I don't know about the weather. Looks to be a little bit stormy, possibly in the later afternoon hours. There's a strike called inside part of the plate. Ty Rommel didn't agree with it, but it was called an inside strike. I know our good buddy Scott Rommel tuning in as soon as Ty starts to bat. Scott tunes in. I think Scott is right underneath us here near the bleachers, and a strike called, and that's going to be the way the inning comes to an end. The Mules will strand a runner as Ty Rommel strikes out looking, and that is the 3rd out of the inning. So 1 hit, 1 run, 1 left on. We go to the top half of inning number 2. It's Kondik, Carrier, and Howard when we come back. Mules lead 1-0 on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers is a 3rd-generation family-owned jewelry and repair store who have served the Poplar Bluff community for over 60 years.
Our family has always worked hard to provide the finest jewelry creations and service imaginable.
Las Margaritas and Mayas, serving up the best authentic Mexican food since 1997. The Esquivel family, always proud to support our Poplar Bluff Mules.
All right, so we are back in inning number 2. Robertson going to come back out here. The Mules have a 1-run lead thanks to a E9 in right field here by the Bearcats. Cannon Carr was able to drive in a run, and David Durbin, the courtesy runner coming on, paid big dividends for Poplar Bluff as they're able to go up 1-0. By the way, Tim, we'll be talking about this a lot coming up today, but I'm getting pictures of my daughter's final day of high school. Today was that day. Sunday, she graduates. Hard to believe graduation season is upon us. She's got her final softball tournament in high school coming up tomorrow in Van Buren, and then it's all hands on deck to get to graduation coming up on Sunday. I just hope that Mom and I are somehow able to stay sane for the next 48 hours. It's been a very emotional roller coaster the last week or so. Ball 1 taken to Taylor Kondik to make that 2 balls and no strikes now. So Taylor Kondik, he is the right fielder who got charged with an error back in that last inning, trying to make up for it here and get on. And he's taken Brady Robertson 3 balls and no strikes here. It is 4, 5, and 6, all due up. He is batting .400 on the season thus far. He's got 7 RBIs and no home runs. Robertson comes back with a perfect pitch right down the middle, 84 miles an hour. And just like that, it is a 3-1 count. We're going to get you some results coming up from Poplar Bluff Golf in just a moment. This one taken for a ride, out of play. Now the count is full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. We'll get you all of the results here coming up from the PB Invitational here in just a few moments, courtesy of the Mules Athletic Director, Kent Keith. Swing and a miss. Way to come back, Brady. So he was up, or I should say he was down in the count, 3 balls and no strikes, and he come back and fanned him, second strikeout of the ball game. And Bo Carrier coming up to the plate now for the Bearcats. Carrier batting .433 this season. He's got no home runs, 7 RBIs. He's got 3 extra base hits so far this year to go along with 10 base hits. 1 ball and no strikes here. The pitch count early today was going to be about 30. However, the Mules are not up by double digits, so we'll see if that pitch count of 30 holds or not. I'm going to say it's not going to hold, and I'm going to say that we're going to see Brady a lot more than just 30 pitches here today. There's a swing and a miss. Way to come back. 2 balls and a strike to Bo Carrier. Jackson Howard awaits on deck here for the Bearcats. Top part of inning number 2, the wind blowing out to left field, and this one just misses for another ball. 3 balls and a strike now. We'll see what Robertson's able to come back here on a 3-1 count. Massey in left field, and in center field, Colby Greenwald. There's a 1-out walk to Carrier as he trots down to first base. First walk of the game issued by Robertson. Jackson Howard coming up to the plate now. The winner of this game is going to move on to take on the Jackson Indians tomorrow afternoon at 12:15. The last time those two met up, the Mules got an 8-1 win. This one high and inside for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. 24 pitches so far in the ball game. 12 of those have come in this inning alone. Runner on first base with 1 down. Here's the 1-0 pitch by Robertson. Strike, nice pitch. You got to wonder how much pain he's in every time he releases the ball. You can see him kind of grimacing a little bit. Remember, in his first at bat here, he swung and missed at a pitch and had to kind of jog off a little bit down the first base line. He has been fighting that injury for a good amount of time this season. And we just hope that it's nothing too major and he's able to still fight through the pain. You see the Mules wearing these amazing green jerseys to honor our U.S. military with the white pants. This one up high for a ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Coach Edwards tells me the team wanted to wear them 1 more time this season. Today being our final home game of 2022. Hard to believe we're already to that point. This one taken outside for a ball. It's a full count now. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 3 balls and 2 strikes as Brady Robertson trying to work out of a jam. A runner on first base. It's Bo Carrier. Here's the payoff. And got him looking as Howard started to jog off to first base. And now we're going to get time called by Steve Edwards. He's going to walk out with 29 pitches under his belt and talk to Brady Robertson. I don't think they're going to make a pitching change here, but I know what he's saying right now. He's kind of giving him the option. Do you want to finish this ball game and stay in with a 1-0 lead, or do you want to come out and possibly get saved for maybe Monday? Assuming the Mules are able to get a win here today and then get a big win on Saturday, setting up a potential championship game on Monday. So you know what? Decision has been made, and Coach Edwards is going to leave in Brady Robertson. He talked about that during the pregame. He said if it wasn't a big lead that he might leave him in, and that's what he's doing right now. 2 down here in the inning. Pitch number 30 is upcoming as Alford comes up to the plate now. Noah Alford here this season for the Bearcats. Strike one called, batting .200. He's got 3 RBIs so far this season. So make that no balls and a strike now as Alford trying to do some damage with 2 outs. Strike 2 called. Good pitch again. Same location. He is coming back here looking very nice the past 4 pitches. No balls and 2 strikes now. Runner on first base. It's Bo Carrier coming up for the Mules in the bottom part of the inning. It's 6, 7, and 8. Leading off is Kason King. A swing and a miss. We go to the bottom part of inning number 2. King coming up, 1 left on, and the Mules lead by a run on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Kevin's Auto and Tire is a family-owned one-stop shop for fast, friendly, and affordable automotive services with the latest tools and technology as well as their time-tested automotive knowledge. They're guaranteed to get your vehicle fixed without breaking the bank.
Eye Care Specialists is committed to the protection and the preservation of the precious gift of sight. Nothing is more important than your eyesight. That's the way the doctors of Eye Care Specialists see it.
And we're going to the bottom half of inning number 2. Mules lead by a run, and the PB Invitational here at Westwood Hills Country Club in Poplar Bluff. Out of 14 teams, Mules getting 311, Jackson 317, Dexter 326, Notre Dame is 338, Farmington 339. And of course, in individuals, placing second was Alex Wiseman. He shot a 72, and in 4th was Lawson Bark shooting 77, and 5th was Woodrow Ennis with a 78. Those are some of the results. We'll have a full result coming up from the PB Invitational. And once again, those courtesy of the Mules Athletic Director, Kent Keith. We appreciate him letting us know about Mules Golf doing a fantastic job so far this season. Kason King coming up to the plate now for the Mules to lead things off. And King is batting .298 on the season. And he's behind no balls and a strike to begin this at bat. Kason King trying to get on here with nobody on and nobody down in the inning. There's a fly ball. This one's got a chance to be some damage. It's going to go all the way to the fence. It'll be a leadoff double for Kason King. What a hit for that young man. Kason King hitting his 7th double of the season. That was in no man's land between left and in center. Boy, good job by Kason King. Boy, he hammered that one. So now we're going to see coming up to the plate now, Noah Spain. Boy, I wish you would have seen his face earlier on. Did you see his face he had with the face paint, Kent? He didn't see it. He had it all done up. I'll show you a picture. It was amazing. His dad wasn't too happy with the paint job. There's a strike on the outside part of the plate here. We'll get Kent's reaction here. They called him Tony the Tiger. His dad said, you better get that off your jersey. His mom wasn't too happy either with the face. I tried to encourage him and say, hey, I was going to call him Tony the Tiger all ball game if he would have left it on. But parents spoke. I get it. I've got kids. I wouldn't like it either on my kids. No balls and 2 strikes here. Runner on second base. Eric Wallace tuning in, my friend, all the way in Washington. There's a pitch taken up high for a ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes here. Kason King leading us off with a leadoff double to begin the 2nd inning. Mules lead 1-0. This one up high is going to go inside for a ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tim, I see one of the Dexter fans wearing our Back the Blue shirts from last season. We're going to be doing that again coming up in May. I'm excited about this year's shirt design. Southeast Sign and Graphics called me up today and wanted to make sure that they had the right design. They do, and we're going to have those shirts being made, and they should be done coming up early next month in May. And we'll set a date for our big Back the Blue campaign. All of the money we raise is going towards Shop with a Hero this year. Swing and a miss, one away here in the inning. Good pitch by Caden Kennedy, and there's one down here in the inning. Axton Eisenbeis coming up to the plate now. Plays at third base. Mules batting right now. Mules wearing their green uniforms today, Eric, and it's in honor of our U.S. military. Eisenbeis takes strike one right down the middle. Eisenbeis batting .88 here this season, 3 base hits and a runner on second base. Mules would love to get another run. Jakey Valenzuela steps up next. Swing and a miss, no balls and 2 strikes now. Mules trying to get a run. The outfield, Sailors out in left, Alford in center, and Kondik in right. The infield playing in. Jackson Howard at third base takes a couple of steps in, and he's able to check his swing. They're going to appeal. He says no go. It'll be a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Good at bat by Eisenbeis. Able to hold up on the swing as Kennedy tried to go inside on him and nearly was successful. 1 ball, 2 strikes here to the Mules third baseman Eisenbeis. Here's the 1-2 pitch. In there for a call strike. Fooled him. And another punch out. 2 down here in the inning. And Valenzuela coming up to the plate now. So after a leadoff double, back-to-back strikeouts. And now Jacob Valenzuela. Eric, I would agree. It's a great thing what our Mules are doing, supporting our veterans, our U.S. military. It was, and the cool thing about these uniforms is, Eric, it was not the coach's idea. It was the seniors on this team. There's a chopper hit down to first base, over to the pitcher in time, and the Mules are going to wind up and strand a runner. We're going to go to the top part of inning number 3. The Mules strand a runner. It is a 1-0 lead by the Poplar Bluff Mules. You're listening to Mules Baseball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Some things have changed since 1952. We changed our name, expanded our territory, and added branches in the communities we serve. But the most important thing remains the same. We treat our members like family. Experience the credit union difference. Ozark Federal Credit Union. Membership eligibility required. Insured by NCUA.
Christian Automotive and Tire. Quality name brand tires that you know and trust. They also have ASE certified mechanics that have the training, tools, and knowledge to fix your vehicle right the first time. Business 67 South in Poplar Bluff.
And we are back here live in Poplar Bluff as Robertson back on the mound here for the 3rd inning. And it's a 1-0 lead right now for Poplar Bluff. And to finish up on what we were talking about a minute ago, Eric, it was the seniors on this team that got together with the coaching staff and said, you know what, we want to do something for the veterans and our current U.S. military. What can we do? And they all got together and said, you know what, a great way to do that. We'll do it a few times here during this regular season. And hence the green uniforms. And you can see parts of the American flag on the uniform. It looks so good, and so honored to be able to broadcast these games. And just know when the Mules are wearing these green uniforms, they are honoring our U.S. military. These boys right here that we're seeing at Poplar Bluff, great group of young men, and I'm so honored to get to know every single one of them. Positive attitudes, and they have been through so much here this season, and somehow they're getting through it. And they are taking it in stride. So my cap goes to all of our men here on this baseball team. Robertson now comes set, and Adam Sailors, the left fielder, swing and a miss. And we are underway here in the top part of inning number 3. It is 8-9-1, all due up here. Sailors batting $125 this season with 5 RBIs. He takes ball 1 a little bit low. 1 ball and no strikes. Terry Bratcher tuning in live here on Facebook, loving those uniforms also. Says thanks again for honoring the soldiers. Ball taken outside at 2 balls and a strike now. So Brady Robertson behind a little bit in this count. 2 balls and a strike. He's at pitch number 36, and there's a strike called. Count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mules defensively right now, everybody in the same position they were in back in the second inning. Greenwald still at center. There's a ground chopper. Good catch by Cannon Carr over at first base in time. You take a guy like Cannon Carr who doesn't play shortstop very often, and he is able to still make a great play at shortstop to save a base hit. This team is all in. I don't care about the record. Throw the record in the garbage. This team is all in. 1 down here in the inning. Ball taken outside as Ben Howard now comes to the plate. He is the second baseman. 1 down here in the top part of inning number 3. The 9-hitter comes up now. There's a strike, 1 ball and 1 strike. By the way, don't forget about our St. Jude Radiothon going on right now. If you're watching the game and thinking about maybe donating to St. Jude, you can still do that. What a backhand by Noah Spain. Got him by a step. Noah Spain with a huge play at second base. That was a bang-bang play, and he's only a freshman, by the way. Great job by Noah Spain at second base. That one goes 4-3 on the out. 2 down, back to the top of the lineup now. And that is Camden Riley. He is 0 for 1, grounded out to third base his first time. Takes strike 1 on the outside part of the plate. Trying to get an update here from our St. Jude Radiothon. We should be getting an update coming up in the next 5 or so minutes. This one up high for a ball. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Entering our final hour of the St. Jude Radiothon coming up in about 5 minutes. Swing, and he foul-tipped it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Remember that phone number to become a partner in Hope, $20 a month, 67 cents a day is 1-800-330-9727. Swing and a miss, 2 down here in the inning. Oh, no, that's going to end the inning. My bad. I'm trying to give Dexter another out. No hits, no runs, no errors. It took 11 pitches. We go the bottom half of inning number 3. Robertson due up, then Greenwald, then Ballard. You're listening to Mules Baseball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Want a career and not just another job? It's waiting for you at Briggs & Stratton. Great pay, great benefits, and continuing education. Everything you and your family deserve. Go to careers.basco.com and look at Poplar Bluff job openings.
Got Ram Truck Month going on. Fresh inventory arriving daily. We still need your quality pre-owned vehicles, whether you want to trade or you just want to sell. We want to look at it. The Ram Truck Month is going on now.
Mules Baseball proudly presented by our friends at Air Solutions, Ozark Federal Credit Union, Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers, PB Realty Legacy Farm and Land Specialists, Kevin's Auto Repair. Also being brought to you by First Midwest Bank, the Scott Law Firm, LLC, Briggs & Stratton, the Bank of Missouri, Larry Hillis Dodge, Eye Care Specialist, and being brought to you by Las Margaritas, Mayas, and Taco Taco, First Choice Insurance. Also being brought to you by Christian Automotive and Tire. So the Mules lead by a run as we go to the bottom part of the inning, and the Mules are back already to the top of the lineup now. Robertson is going to lead things off here. He is 0 for 1 here in the ballgame. Robertson, his first time up, he popped it out to center field to Noah Alford. We'll see what Robertson can do here in the bottom part of inning number 3. Remember earlier results here today from the SEMO Conference. And, of course, Cape Central getting a win over Notre Dame 6-3. Sykeston took Jackson to the limit, so to speak. Jackson had a 3-2 lead, and then Jackson opened the floodgates, and they were able to win the ball game by a score of 12-3, or 12-2 rather. Boy, Robertson turns on one, out to center field, and making the catch again is Alford. hung up just a little bit. So, one down here in the top part of bottom number 3 as Alford makes another great catch out there in the outfield. It goes F8. Kobe Greenwald got a base hit his first time. We'll see if he can do it again with one down here in the inning. This one taken to the backstop. It's 1 ball and no strikes. I'll get you an update here on the Kennett Indians ball game that's going on as well in Kennett. This one is popped up. Greenwald down the first base line. Giving chase to it is Carrier, and this one gets out of play. It is 1 ball and 1 strike. So right now, looking at the Kennett game, it is in the top part of inning number 2 at Kennett right now, leading 6-0 over New Madrid. So Kennett taking care of New Madrid right now. They are the overall 8 seed in the tournament. The Mules are the 3 seed, Dexter rather. They are the 6 seed. Mules lead 1-0. This one taken for a ball, 2 balls and 2 strikes now. So Jackson getting a win, as did Cape Central. Moving on to the semifinals. Coach Steve Edwards, the head coach of Poplar Bluff. Tyler Mathis is the assistant coach. He is on first. And Casey Beese is our pitching coach. And he is in the dugout right now with the Mules. 3 balls and 2 strikes here to Greenwald, trying to get on base for a second time in the ball game. Here is the payoff pitch on the way. This one fouled away to the screen. We'll do it again at 3 balls and 2 strikes. It is our final hour coming up. It is 5 o'clock. I'm Frankie Castile. You're watching Mules Baseball live on Facebook and on our YouTube channel. Make sure and subscribe to our YouTube channel by going to youtube.com/River Radio PB. And this one just misses, and Greenwald is able to get a 1-out walk. Jacob Ballard comes up to the plate. Boy, this young man, he has had a phenomenal season so far. He is batting .340 on the year, 3 homers, 21 RBIs. Grounded into a fielder's choice his first time. He did ground to third base. Here's the pitch on the way. This one taken up high for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Tim Hicks doing a phenomenal job on the camera. I'm Frankie Castile. Final hour of our St. Jude Radiothon. The reason why we are not doing the game on the radio per se today, but just on Facebook and on YouTube. The ball gets away. It's going to be an overthrow. It's down the first base line. Greenwald's not going to stop. He is going to go to third base on the air. Good job by Kobe Greenwald, being very aggressive on the base pads. So it's going to be an overthrow on Kennedy. And that's going to be an error. I was going to say the reason why we're doing the game on video today is because of the fact that we've got our St. Jude Radiothon going on. Now tomorrow we'll be on the radio and on Facebook and YouTube. We did not want to interrupt the flow of the Radiothon. So that's the reason why we made that decision. It was just a lot simpler to do the game on Facebook and YouTube today. And when the Mules get a win today, then we'll put it back on the radio tomorrow. A strike taken, and I wish you can see Jacob Ballard's reaction. You probably can. Did not like that call whatsoever. It looked to be on the outside part of the plate. 2 balls and a strike. Mules have a runner on third base. This one fouled away and out of play. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Let us know where you're watching from here this afternoon. I've seen Eric Wallace tuning in. We've seen Ron Withrow, Stacy Rommel, Joshua Knight is all tuning in to watch Mules baseball. Make sure and hit that share button for us also. with greatly. There's a base hit by Ballard. And the Mules have another run. It's 2-1, or 2-0 rather. Boy, Jacob Ballard got a hold of that one. Now Cannon Carr coming up to the plate. So now the Mules are going to, they're going to leave Jacob Ballard on first base. 2-0 now, Poplar Bluff. Coming up to the plate is Cannon Carr. He did reach on an error, driving in a run his last time up. This one fouled away to the screen. He ripped that one, no balls and a strike. He popped it out to right field his last time. I got a feeling, Tim, that whenever we get our next update for St. Jude, it is going to be a big number. I've got a feeling. Radiothon today. There's a fly ball by Cannon Carr. This one, get down, baby, get down. And it's gone! You can see Cannon Carr doing his thing, a 2-run jack. A little jick and jive there as he crosses home plate. Big 2-run homer by Cannon Carr, and the Mules now lead it 4-0. Boy, good job, Tim, getting that jick and jive there on camera. He'll like that. I know his grandma and grandpa, Judy Caputo, Bill Caputo down there, his mom and dad, Richard, and Shayna down there watching. That was taken over between left and center field. It's 330 down the lines, 400 at straightaway center. Ty Rommel pops it up to Bo Carrier at first base, and there's 2 down here in the inning.
Now batting number 40, Jason King.
So it is a 4-0 ball game as Cannon Carr goes deep for a 2-run jack. Four to nothing, Poplar Bluff. That last out goes F3, by the way. There's 2 down here in the inning. Kason King comes up. He had a double his first time, and he was stranded on second base. Strike is called down the middle. Good pitch by Caden Kennedy. Tiffany Jenkins is tuning in with us. Glad to have her alongside. Likes what she sees, as does Terry Bratcher. Don Hendricks is watching us all the way in California. Glad to have you alongside, Don. There's a swing and a miss. No balls and 2 strikes. Kason King doubled his first time. Would love to keep the inning going. Mules up by 4 runs now. A little bit of breathing room for Poplar Bluff. Not a lot, but a little bit. Swing and a miss. He is down on strikes, but the damage is done by Cannon Carr, and that 2-run shot out to left center, giving the Mules a 4-0 lead. We go to the top half of inning number 4. Nichols, Kennedy, and Kondik all due up. The Mules get 3 runs on 2 hits and an error. We go to the top, or make that top of number 4. It is the Mules leading 4-0 on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Breathe easier and extend the life of your HVAC system, plus fewer repair bills with Air Solutions Comprehensive Maintenance Plan. You'll save money and get the peace of mind that only comes from calling Air Solutions. 785-1500. First Choice Insurance. Let their family protect your family. They provide insurance for home, auto, life, health, farm, and recreational vehicles. Call today for a free quote. 573-686-2870. First Choice Insurance. Our family protecting your family.
All right, we are back here in the top part of inning number 4. The Mules have a little bit of breathing room right now as they lead the ball game 4-0. Mules baseball proudly presented by our friends at Air Solutions, Ozark Federal Credit Union, also Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers, PB Realty, Legacy Farm and Land Specialists, First Midwest Bank, and being brought to you by Kevin's Auto Repair. all proud supporters of the Poplar Bluff Mules. Ron Withrow says that last home run by Cannon Carr, you know what time it is, don't you, Tim? Snickers time. Sitting in his recliner watching us, he says it's about time for a Snickers bar following that 2-run blast by Cannon Carr. I think, Ron, if I'm not mistaken, I think that Kent Keith says if the Mules win this game, everybody gets a free Snickers bar, courtesy of the Mules athletic program. This one just misses downstairs for a ball. I'm just kidding, Ron. I'm just kidding, Kent. He about choked me out for saying that. I'm just kidding. Robertson comes set, ball 2, a little bit outside. 2 balls and no strikes now. Mules leading at 4-0. Cole Nichols comes up to the plate. 2, 3, and 4 all due up. A rocket shot to Noah Spain. Spain at second base makes the out at first. Boy, this kid has really impressed me over this season. He has played phenomenally well at second base. He is really coming into his own. 1 out here in the bottom or top part of inning number 4. So now Caden Kennedy is coming up to the plate for the Dexter Bearcats. Way to pitch here by Brady Robertson. He's ahead at no balls and a strike. Kennedy is 0 for 1 here in the ball game. Struck out his first time. Count is even now, 1 ball, 1 strike. So Mules picking up 3 runs in the last part of the third. 2 of those runs on a big knock by Cannon Carr. There's a line drive, base hit out to center field. Kobe Greenwald misplayed it. It's going to go all the way to the fence or near the fence. Good job by Greenwald, able to chase it down. So it's going to be a base hit and then the fielding error. And a runner now standing on second base with 1 down. So Greenwald now. And we're going to see Jacob Badler going to walk out and talk to the pitcher now. As Caden Kennedy winds up on second base. So he is on first base now with 1 down. Mules, the first error of the ball game. So far, Robertson has gone at 3 innings. He has given up 1 hit, no runs. He has also struck out 5 batters and walked just the 1. Strike called to Taylor Kondik, who is 0 for 1. Kondik struck out back in the second. Big lead away from first base. There's a swing and a miss, and now the count is no balls and 2 strikes. As Caden Kennedy leads away from second base. It is a 1-0 lead, or make that 4-0 Poplar Bluff. Mules adding 3 runs in the bottom part of inning number 3. There's a lead away by Kennedy. This one fouled away to the screen. It's still no balls and 2 strikes. So coming up tomorrow, it all depends on today. If the Mules hang on to win this ball game, we'll play at 12:15 tomorrow afternoon at Kappa Hall. It's a shame the game won't be played here, though. Wouldn't mind having another home game. Here is the 0-2 pitch. Up high for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. So Cape Central has moved on to the semifinals, as has Jackson. Kennett at last check having no problem over New Madrid. And then our game here, Mules lead 4-0. Outside for a ball, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So our 5 o'clock total about 12 minutes ago, Tim. You ready for this from our St. Jude Radiothon? Over $138,000. And we are getting our second. Oh, what a line drive base hit. And they're going to have to stop him on third base. Great job by Eisenbeis. Nearly had that one, I thought. They thought it was going to be caught. So now 2 runners on and 1 down here in the inning. Runners on the corners on that line drive. Base hit to left field. A good job by Massey, able to get the ball in pretty quick. So runners now are on the corners, and Bo Carrier coming up to the plate. He walked his first time back in the second. Sharon Berkey tuning in says, let's go Mules. The runner takes off and safe at second base. Carr thought he had the tag. So runners on second and third base. Yeah, he was safe. The replay showed it. He was safe. Good call by the field umpire. So Kondik winds up on second base. It was a bang-bang play. This one fouled away to the screen. 2 runners on with 1 down here in the inning. Bo Carrier coming up. The next 2 batters, Jackson Howard and Noah Alford, each striking out their last time up. They've got 2 runners on here with 1 down. There's a swing and a miss. Way to come back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. You can hear Coach Snead on third base. He said, change your approach. Here is the 1-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, 2 down. That's a big out right there. That gets a hand clap by Coach Kent Keith as well. Big, big out. 2 down here in the inning. Jackson Howard struck out looking his first time. Comes up with a runner on second and third base. Kennedy leads away from third. Strike called. Good pitch by Brady Robertson. He's an out away from getting out of the inning. By the way, Noah Spain will lead us off coming up. Howard is up to the plate. Nolan Alford is on deck. This one up high for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. So Jackson Howard striking out his first time. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Robertson 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning. This one outside for a ball. Good stop by Baller. Keeping that one in front of him. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pitch number 63 upcoming from the Mules senior, Brady Robertson. I know Jacob Valenzuela is going to pitch in this game. And this one, swing and a miss, but he drops the ball. But no worries as Jacob Baller is able to throw to first base in time. Noah Spain will lead us off, followed by Eisenbeis and Valenzuela. Mules lead 4-0. No runs on 2 hits and an error. They strand 2 runners. You're listening to Mules Baseball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And we are back here live in Poplar Bluff. Remember our St. Jude Radiothon going on, our final 44 minutes now. Remember to become a partner in hope. Just call 1-800-330-9727, 1-800-330-9727. Become a partner in hope today. $20 a month, 67 cents a day. You'll get an awesome St. Jude t-shirt to go along with that. Right now, we are up over $138,000 in our final 45 minutes of the Radiothon. So Spain is up to the plate now for the Mules. Struck out his first time. It is 7-8-9, all due up here in the bottom part of inning number 4. So Kennedy comes set, and here's the first offering. Spain takes ball 1 outside. Spain batting $115 this season. 3 hits on the season as well. Coming up on the hour mark, there's a ground ball down the third base line, and Coach Edwards backing up to make the play. By the way, a funny story on Coach Edwards. He told me early on, I saw some of the video. I guess yesterday in practice, they were kind of going back and forth with the kids about, dropping balls in the outfield, etc. So the kids challenged Coach Edwards and Tyler Mathis to catch some fly balls in the outfield, and Tyler Mathis came up, and of course the ball was hit to him, no problem making the catch. Well, then Cannon Carr smokes one out to left field, and Coach Steve Edwards, he made the catch, but he come pretty close of colliding with the wall, or that fence out there. 2 balls and 2 strikes. After everything the kids have been through the last month or so, it was nice to kind of have the kids have a lot of fun at practice before the SEMO conference tournament. Just a chance to be themselves. Good battle here by Noah Spain. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Coach Edwards is kind of boasting a little bit about how he made that play yesterday and almost hit the wall and still caught the ball. So there you go. Here's the 2-2 pitch. There's a rip here by Noah Spain, called off by Kondik in right field, and he'll come over and make the play. 1 down here in the bottom part of inning number 4. So 1 up and 1 down. Eisenbeis coming up, struck out looking his first time. It goes F8 on the play there. So Eisenbeis coming up, and then Jacob Valenzuela. Here is the pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Eisenbeis, he tried to check his swing, couldn't hold up. No balls and a strike. Here is the 0-1 pitch on the way by Kennedy. This one pops straight up. Who's going to make the catch? There's about 3 Bearcats there. Oh, it's going to pop out of the glove at third base. So that one's going to be an error, but which one is going to get charged? Probably third base. Yep, it's going to be an E5 on that play. It was Howard, Nichols, and Kennedy all in the area, and Howard called everybody off, and the ball popped out of his glove. So a runner on first base, and Valenzuela comes up to the plate, batting .243. Grounded out to the pitcher his first time. Takes ball 1 outside. Oh, 1 ball, no strike. I like that, Roger. You're funny. 1 ball, no strikes. This one down at ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Mules here leading at 4-0 in the bottom part of inning number 4. Make sure and share this video feed for us. Now coming up tomorrow afternoon, if the Mules can hang on and play at 12:15, we're going to have this game on. We'll have the next game back on the radio. There's a fly ball by Valenzuela. Sailors is going to go, and he can't make the play. Mules are going to have runners on second and third with a 1 down here in the inning. It's going to be a 1-out double, and Sailors tried to make the play but just couldn't come up with it. So a 1-out double officially they're going to give Valenzuela. And now we're back to the top of the lineup. Robertson coming up. Boy, he's 0 for 2 in the ball game. He would love to have a big hit right here and get 2 RBIs. He's got 2 RBIs this season. Why not make it 4 on the year? What do you say, Brady? Runners on second and third base. Eisenbeis leads away from third. Valenzuela on second. Ball 1 taken outside. Caden Kennedy now, his 61st pitch coming up. He has thrown 12 so far this inning. Only 1 down with runners on second and third. And there's another ball. 2 balls and no strikes. So an E5 in the inning, and then a 1-out double by Valenzuela gives the Mules runners on second and third base. Here is the pitch on the way. There's a rip out to left field. This one's going to get behind Sailors. It goes to the fence. 2 runs are going to come in. And Valenzuela, he held up on second base, and just in case it was going to get caught. Good job by Valenzuela. And there you go. Back-to-back doubles And the Mules have now increased their lead at 6-0, and we're going to get a courtesy runner now coming in. Aiden Dawes is going to come in for Brady Robertson. Of course, Robertson, on that bad heel is going to go ahead and come in, or come out of the game rather. 2 RBI double. And the Mules now have extended their lead to 6-0. Ballard comes up, or make that Greenwall rather comes up. There's a swing and a miss. It is 6-0 as the Mules here lead, getting back-to-back doubles by Valenzuela and by Robertson. This one down low for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. By the way, Terry Bratcher says, nice camera work, Tim. Whatever you're doing over there, I can't really see what you're doing. Are you really working, though, Tim? Okay, he says he's not working. I get that. I'm not working either. I'm having a great time. This one inside for a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. I still say that our setup here is the best in the state. Great press box, great facility, great administration. Coach Mathis is great. Coach Edwards, he's all right. No, he's wonderful. He's great to work with. Ball taken up high. 3 balls and a strike. Good job by Aiden Dawes, able to slide back in. He gets underneath the tag. Good throw by Riley at home. The catcher did a great job there. 3 balls and a strike. Jacob Ballard waits on deck. Good lead by Aiden Dawes. 4 stolen bases for that young man. There's a strike called. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes now. So Aiden Dawes does a great job sitting as a base runner. He's got 3 stolen bases. My apologies, not 4. 3, and caught stealing 0 times. There's a rip. This one may get down for a hit. Oh, they're going to say foul ball. That looked like it was on the line. Woo! That one hung up just enough. I thought it was going to wind up and be a fair ball. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Coach Edwards, he was halfway down the line. He was going to send Aiden Dawes all the way home, but he had to hold up just a bit. Mules added a run in the first inning, scored 3 more in the third, 2 more so far in the fourth. Mules lead at 6-0. Here is the payoff pitch. This one's popped up out of play behind us. So still 3 balls and 2 strikes. Oh, somebody's car got dinged. I heard that one in the crowd, Mike. I think it was maybe your small vehicle out there. Maybe Kent Keith's vehicle. I don't know. No, he parks in the other parking lot. Never mind. He's smart. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Kobe Greenwall. This one inside, and the Mules have 2 more runners on. So runners on first and second with 1 out. Grandma Jackie had to call me. She can't listen to the game on the radio. She had to ask me what the score was. Of course, I told her Mules are on top here, 6-0. So Ballard comes up to the plate now. Ballard is 1 for 2, an RBI base hit his last time back in the third. So a 1-out walk here. Still 1 down in the inning. Runners on first and second. This one fouled to the top of the screen. It's no balls and 2 strikes. Good crowd watching us on social media, YouTube. Make sure and share the video feed for us. We would greatly appreciate it. So no balls and 2 strikes now. This one up high, so it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Just a gorgeous afternoon here for high school baseball. Started this game 81 degrees. It doesn't get much better for high school baseball. We have done games when it was in the 40s and the 50s. Thankfully, it is a lot warmer today. 6-0 is the score. Mules lead it here in the fourth. Up high for another ball. Count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2-2 is the count. Outside, count is full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Jacob Baller trying to reach base with 1 down here in the inning. Here is the payoff pitch by Kennedy. Outside, bases are loaded, and coming up to the plate, Cannon Carr, a 2-run homer his last time. Going to get a courtesy runner coming in for the catcher. And is it David Durbin? Yes, it is. Durbin coming back in as a courtesy runner.
Number 12, Cannon Carr.
Cannon Carr, a big 2-run shot his last time up. Back-to-back walks here. We'll see what Cannon Carr can do, getting his first home run this season. RBI is 18 and 19. Here we go. Here's the first pitch. Inside and a little high for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes now. They throw back to second base. Thankfully, Howard was paying attention. That could have been disastrous if that would have reached the grass. So Aiden Dawes on third base. Kobe Greenwald on second. David Durbin is on first. Strike called right down the middle. Just saying, is it possible that we could see another shot? What do you think? Do you know when the last grand slam was hit by Poplar Bluff? I bet Keith remembers that last time. There's a rip. This one's a base hit. 1 run's going to come in, and we might see another. Yes, we are. Mules get 2 runs across on a 2 RBI base hit. So 2 runners come in, and that's going to bring out the pitching coach as Durbin moves over to third base, and Cannon Carr is going to wind up at second following the throw, and we're going to get a pitching change. This call to the bullpen is being brought to you by Larry Hillis Dodge. We'll be back. Mules now lead it 8-0 on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Got Ram Truck Month going on. Fresh inventory arriving daily. We still need your quality pre-owned vehicles, whether you want to trade or you just want to sell. We want to look at it. The Ram Truck Month is going on now.
So a pitching change is upcoming. In the meantime, I got to get Coach Kent Keith in here. It's very important, Coach. I want to get you in here for just a second here for a reason. And I just got this text message I want to read to you. This is how special our coaches, our students are at Poplar Bluff High School. Right now, Coach, we're doing our annual St. Jude Radiothon. The football coach, Dave Severs, just sent me a text. I'm going to read this to you.
Hey, he's been hounding people on emails.
Let me tell you.
He deserves a percentage of whatever he did.
Let me tell you. He has just took up the kids. I'm not sure what kids we're talking about.
Football players.
Okay, so the kids went up to the station a few moments ago. They just donated $700 to our St. Jude Radiothon.
Awesome.
And he says, he doesn't want me to talk about it yet, but I'm going to go ahead and mention it. He is trying right now in the final 28 minutes, he is trying to drum up 8 to 10 Partners in Hope. He is challenging each class to commit $20 a month and challenging all the parents of each class. If he says if they can pull it off, he's going to let me know. So that's what these coaches.
That is awesome.
Mean
awesome.
To Poplar Bluff. And it's not just the coaches, it's the students. Everything they've been through, Coach, and I've been saying this, the tragedies that we have endured together, these kids are just so resilient. I just can't say enough how impressive these kids are and how they are channeling all their emotions.
They are. It's been a tough year, been a tough few years, going back or whatever, but really a tough week. Tragedy happened last Saturday, almost a week ago, and just and again, a credit to all our coaches and our teachers and Dr. Dill for his leadership and so forth. They had counselors and pastors here Monday, and I mean, people are still dealing with it, and you can't turn that off. But fortunately, our guys, when they step out here, they're focused on baseball. But I know inside they're all still thinking about it. And good thing is they got a good support system here in the Poplar Bluff School District.
Absolutely. And I knew I know you're busy watching this game to kind of see where the Mules wind up if we're able to hold on to win this ball game here. But I thought it was very important. The new pitcher, by the way, Ryan Young for the Bearcats. It was important to bring you on to tell you just how incredible our coaches are, our students are, and Coach Sievers in the final 30 minutes, literally 30 minutes left, if that, is working the phones, trying to get more partners in hope for St. Jude. That's incredible.
I bet he gets it done, too.
I bet he does, too. He's a very resilient guy. You ever told him no before? When you tell him no, and he finds a way to find a way to make you say yes.
Once in a while, he has a really, really far out idea that I have had to say no to. Not real often.
That's not very often, I guarantee it. And, of course, no balls in a strike. There's a shot by Ty Rommel. This one may get down. It's not going to get down. Oh, boy, the Mules may have left early on that one. Mules may have left early, and he is safe. Woo! The Mules, that could have been a double play by the Bearcats, as Durbin took off a little bit too soon, and Coach Edwards says no harm, no foul, gives him a high five and all.
He's used to running out of the dugout to the fence and back, so he's probably not even winded right now.
Yes, he is. I tell you what, he was able to get back. Not many guys could have got that far off a base and got back like he did. No doubt about it. Good job, good heads up, though, by David Durbin. A good play by Sailors in the outfield. Still 2 runners on, by the way. Kason King has a double here in the ball game. He takes ball 1 outside. I was going over the golf scores earlier. Just so many kids playing golf in our golf program. Man, they're doing a phenomenal job this year.
They are, and we had a little bit of a scare with the weather. This morning there were a few raindrops right when they got ready to tee it off, and I was out there, and, it was kind of overcast, and I was like, oh, no. We'd already been rained out once, and then clouds kind of parted. It did stay a little bit cloudy or whatever, but then sun came out, and the temperatures jumped up, and our kids played really well today.
I'm not sure. You've got a lot of resources here in Southeast Missouri. Is there any way possible? The answer is no. I already know. But you have any resources that could pull it to where, I don't know, if the Mules get a win today, we can play Jackson at home tomorrow?
Well, depending on what the weather does in Cape, I've tried to have some thoughts like that in my head. If they get backed up, delayed or whatever there tomorrow, and we don't have as much rain here, I'm going to offer our facility for ourselves and anybody else that wants to come over here.
Absolutely. I'm with you 100% on that. The Mules have batted around now as Kason King has drew a 2-out walk here, and we are back to where we started. Noah Spain is going to have, or I should say Kason King rather, going to have a pinch runner. And, of course, Kason King is going to return in this ball game. I would imagine he will. And the pinch, or I should say the pinch runner is going to be number 23, Chase Taylor. So he'll wind up at first base now. Noah Spain comes up, and he popped out here. He got the first out of the inning. He popped out to center field, takes strike 1. Boy, he's got an incredible opportunity here, Coach, with bases loaded, 2 outs.
Absolutely. Like to see him hit a double right here or something, get us a couple more runs.
This one up high for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. I wouldn't mind seeing maybe a double. What do you say?
Absolutely.
Maybe clear the benches or clear the base pads.
Clear the benches.
Clear the benches.
No.
Clear the base pads, maybe.
Absolutely.
I think Coach Sneed of Dexter may have heard me say that. He looked over here at me when I said that. 2 balls and a strike. Can you believe that? Can you believe it's almost May?
It's incredible. And then you and I talked the last time I was on, or whatever it was, 2 or 3 weeks ago, we're in 40-degree temperatures.
And here it's 80. There's a fly ball. This one, get down, don't hang up, get down. It's going to be hung up just enough here to get the out in center field. But the Mules wind up, and they are able to pick up 4 runs on 3 hits and 1 error. The big hit, though, belongs to Cannon Carr, another 2 RBIs. He's got 4 of our 8 RBIs in the ballgame. We are going now to the top of inning number 5. Mules lead 8-0 on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Go Mules! The Bank of Missouri wishes the Mules a fantastic season. Live well, play well, bank well. At 130 years strong, you can count on us to support you through all the seasons of life.
The Scott Law Group, a family-owned firm providing trusted legal counsel for matters pertaining to real estate, personal injury, criminal, and family law. Call 785-4688 or online, scottlawgroupmode.com.
And we are back here live in Poplar Bluff. The Mules with an 8-0 lead right now. And, of course, hats off to all the way our Mules are playing right now, doubling up here in that 4th inning, adding 4 more runs on 3 hits. They wind up and leave them loaded, and they have left so far 5 runners on base here in this ball game thus far. Going back to that last inning, nobody struck out. Mules were very patient on the plate, and they were able to gain 3 walks altogether in that inning. So the Mules, it took overall 41 pitches in that last inning, but the Mules do a lot of damage, and Brady Robertson back on the mound. This one called off by Kason King. 1 pitch and 1 out. Believe me when I say Robertson loves that.
17 for 3.
So you can hear the umpire in the background there telling us what's going on. It'll be Lee Michael McDonald. He is coming up now in a pinch hitting set. 1 ball and no strikes. Nolan Alford popped out to first base a moment ago, so there's 1 down here in the inning, and there's another ball. 2 balls and no strikes here. The winner is going to move on, and they're going to face Jackson. Tim, I'm telling you, I know it's a long shot here, but I'm just saying, how cool would it be? I'm not saying it's going to happen. It probably won't. How cool would it be to play Jackson right here tomorrow at home? Can you imagine playing them one more time at home? We played them earlier this season, last week actually, in Jackson, picked up the win. Would love to get them here. Was it 2 weeks ago? Well, who knows. There's a swing and a miss. Nice pitch, 86 miles an hour, 2 down in the inning. And now Ben Howard coming up to the plate. We'll get you a score on the Kennett game. They were winning 6-0 earlier on. My wife just sent me a text, and I guess she's going to pick up a ice cream cake for my daughter for graduation. I'm going to send her a text back and say, only if I can cut it tonight when I get home. 1 ball and 1 strike to a pinch hitter. Two balls and a strike. There's a ground ball. This one hit over to Noah Spain. Once again, makes the play, and Spain on his horse throws the out. 4-3 on the out. This one took just 10 pitches. It is Eisenbeis, Valenzuela, then Robertson when we come back. Mules lead 8-0 on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers is a third-generation family-owned jewelry and repair store who have served the Poplar Bluff community for over 60 years.
Our family has always worked hard to provide the finest jewelry creations and service imaginable.
Las Margaritas and Mayas, serving up the best authentic Mexican food since 1997. The Esquivel family, always proud to support our Poplar Bluff Mules.
All right, we are back. Maggie McDonald says, let's go Mules, up by 8 runs as we get ready for the bottom part of inning number 5 and try to get you an update here on the Kennett ball game right now. They are still playing right now. So the score there, it is 10-0 Kennett right now. Top or make that bottom part of inning number 4. There's a fly ball by Eisenbeis. Get out, baby. There's a hit. It's at least a base hit. He's going to wind up on second base with a leadoff double by Eisenbeis. Way to go, kid. Like it.
Now batting number 7, Jacob Valenzuela.
And Valenzuela coming up now. It is 8-0 Mules. Kennett now leads at 10-0 in their ball game. Really no upsets here in the first day of the SEMO Conference Tournament. The Mules would have loved to have had Robertson pitch 30 pitches. That would have been the ideal situation. It took Mules about 3 innings to kind of get things going offensively. But, man, once they have started, it has been hard to let them go. 1 ball, no strikes to Jacob Valenzuela. This one is outside for another ball. 2 balls and no strikes. Back to the question I was talking about, the last time the Mules hit a grand slam, it was actually back in the SEMO Conference Championship game 2018. It was at Capitol Hall Field in this tournament. Mason Libla goes deep. This one inside, it goes all the way to the backstop. And it's 3 balls and no strikes. So 3 balls and no strikes here. The left-hander on the mound, Ryan Young. This one in there for a call strike. 3 balls and a strike. Boy, that was a special night, too, when the Mules were able to do that. They won the ball game, won the SEMO Conference, and the biggest win, they beat Jackson. That's always a lot of fun. Although I will say he's not here to defend himself. Swing and a miss, full count now. John Scott's not with us. He has told me that Jackson's got pretty good hot dogs, Kent. He's not here to defend himself. You can't ask him. You got to take my word for it. He'll probably send me a text later on explaining how this is going to work. This one's a ball 4. Good job by Valenzuela. Runners now on the corners. Nobody out. Robertson comes up to the plate. Had a double, a 2 RBI double back in the 4th. Come on, Robertson. Comes up to the plate. He is 1 for 3 on the ball game. He has popped out to center field twice. And the big double back in the 4th inning. Coming up following this contest, we'll talk live to head coach Steve Edwards of Poplar Bluff. We will get his thoughts on this game. Just getting word that Brady is going to be done for the remainder of the game. He is not going to pitch. Appreciate that from the pitching coach. Yeah, Sharon remembers that grand slam. I was there that game. That was an incredible ball game. Last time the Mules hit a grand slam. There was a big crowd sharing that night. I bet you remember that too at Kappa Hall. Man, it was a beautiful night for baseball. Packed crowd, a lot of Mules fans, lots of maroon and white everywhere supporting Poplar Bluff. 1 ball, no strikes to Robertson. Make it 2 balls and no strikes now. Boy, this conference tournament, so much history with this tournament. Season feels like it gets real when you get to the SEMO conference. There's a ground ball hit sharply. Good stop by Carrier on first base. The foot race, he's safe. Even with a bad wheel, still able to get to first base. What a play by Brady Robertson. He just takes it to the next level. My goodness. And that deserves a big standing ovation right there for that young man. So Greenwald coming up to the plate. Boy, good job by Carrier there. Mules wind up and get a run out of it. They lead 9-0 now. So Aiden Dawes is going to come in as a courtesy. So 3 RBIs in the game for Robertson. Greenwald tries the bunt. And this one's going to get back to the backstop. Runners advance to second and third base. What's impressive about this game is entering the ball game, Brady Robertson only had 2 RBIs all season. He's got 3 in the ball game. So Valenzuela and Aiden Dawes are able to move over to second and third base. And a foul ball taken there by Colby Greenwald. That's right, Sharon. Yeah, your son Noah was playing that night. I remember that. Oh, yes, he was coming up next. He was the next batter. That's right. How is Noah doing, Miss Sharon? Let us know how he's doing. He was a great pitcher for Poplar Bluff. There's a rip by Colby Greenwald. This one's going to end the game. As the Mules and Valenzuela will come across, and that's going to end the ball game. Mules are going to go on to win it 10-0, and that means that we will see you coming up tomorrow afternoon at 12:15. It took a record 1 hour 26 minutes to get this game complete. So the Mules wind up and take the win as Valenzuela comes up across. We're going to go to a quick commercial break, and we're going to come back and we're going to have a post game, and we're going to talk live to the head coach, maybe even a few players also. You know what? There's no JV game today, so let's go on the field. What do you say? Let's do it on the field. So give us a few minutes. We're going to come right back, and we're going to talk to some players on the field. Mules get the win. You're listening to Mules Baseball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Want a career and not just another job? It's waiting for you at Briggs & Stratton. Great pay, great benefits, and continuing education. Everything you and your family deserve. Go to careers.basco.com and look at Poplar Bluff job openings.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, we are back with our post-game report, Fieldside here, and joining us now live is the head coach, Steve Edwards. And, Coach, it took a little bit, but the offense got going, had some great plays at the plate. Base running was on point here today. Talk about the win and moving on to the semifinals coming up on Saturday.
It was a real big win for us, and like you said, the bats came alive. We did well. The plan at the plate was there. In the first round of hitting, our later part of the lineup, they kind of got away from their plan just a hair, but then they picked it up at the end, obviously. I thought defense played good. I thought Brady pitched a great game. Carr, man, smashing the ball around, getting a lot of RBIs. And it set us up perfectly because now Brady's on day 3 rest. That's it. So we kept him under 75, what we were trying to do. So we're happy with that. And I know the championship game can be Monday, but you still got to win tomorrow to get to the championship game. And if something happens and we get rained out tomorrow, well, Tuesday, guess who's alive?
So we talked about how things kind of opened up for the Mules. In the first part of the ball game, it was really close, but Brady was really good on point. But talk about Noah Spain for a moment on second base. Made some great plays, 3 to be exact, keeping balls in front of them, and the most important thing, getting no errors.
Oh, yeah, that was huge. He grew up there a lot more. You know, the more and more he plays, the more opportunities he gets, the better he is. He's a really good fundamental second baseman, and there's a lot that we have to work on and grow, obviously, but I think he's going to be pretty good. And we got to keep him grounded, and I think that's what we've done pretty well, and the seniors have helped out with that by keeping him grounded and not letting the freshman get too big in that situation. So, I mean, he's working hard every day. He's earned everything he got.
I know before this game we played 18 games, but I've always said that I think when the SEMO conference begins, our season really starts here. We saw that here today, even when Cannon Carr smashed that 2-run homer between third and home. He did a little jick and jive, having some fun, and that really kind of just seemed to be the flavor of the day. It seemed like everybody's having fun.
Yeah, it is, and you know, and I'm not wanting anyone to be a poor sport or something like that and rub it in anybody, but he's just excited. I don't think it was anything to embarrass the other team or not. I mean, I like our guys being fired up. I mean, if you don't know me, I'm a fired up coach, so, you know, that was great, and the whole dugout stayed fired up. The focus was there. And yes, and SEMO conference gets here, you know, you lose the game, and then you're like, man, we're playing for, you know, 4th or 5th place almost. So we're still in the hunt for that championship game where we want to be, play for titles, and then we want to look ahead and try to get ahead for districts and get ready for that as well.
Let's talk about Robertson. Bottom of the first inning, he swung away, and then he kind of felt something maybe pull a little bit. He kind of ran it off a little bit, but then came back and still hustled out an infield base hit at first base. This guy has no quit in him whatsoever.
No, he has a motor that won't stop. And it was a foul ball directly off the top part of his foot, basically where his foot and ankle comes together, and just rolled down it, if you would, and I think it just kind of went numb for a second there, and, you know, you can't stop that guy. He's tough as nails.
We talk about this a lot, and Dexter had runners on second and third base. At this point, it was still within reach. Jacob Ballard keeping balls in front of him. I mean, he does everything he can to keep your Mules in a ball game.
Oh, yeah, he does. He did a great job. He blocks everything up back there. I'm not going to say balls won't ever get by him and stuff like that, but he works his tail off, and he, in my opinion, he's the best catcher in Southeast Missouri.
As aggressive as you are, when David Durbin almost got picked off there at third base on a double play, he hustled back. I seen the facial expression. You gave a high five. Talk about the fact that your team never quits and they always hustle every play, no matter if it's 1 out or 2 outs.
And that's a big thing, too, and that hustle was with a lead. So, you know, you can't get complacent and you know, and just go through the motion. So he was hustling. Obviously, I was yelling back, and he took off. And he came back and got there in just a barely nick of the time. But, you know, I love his aggressiveness, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to be after it.
All right, tomorrow afternoon, 12:15, we play the Jackson Indians. Big-time rival. Every time these two meet up, it's always a classic ball game. The first matchup was 8-1. Throw that one away. We're going to have a new ball game coming up tomorrow. The most important thing, first off, who's on the bump coming up, or do we know yet?
Cannon Carr is going to be on the bump. I'm not going to sit here and, you know, play mind games or psychological games with anybody. Yeah, Carr's on the bump. We're going to go after it 1 pitch at a time. You know, the last game was what it is. Don't know who we're going to see. I have an idea, but, you know, we're going to, matter of fact, we're going to have a little batting practice and get after it and go from there. You know, we're going to ramp up the speed. They're a big guy that committed to Missouri State. We know he throws 89, 91, and we saw their other guy that's committed. I mean, so they're good. I mean, I'm not going to take anything away from Jackson. They're a good team. But we're going to go out and fight. We're going to fight as hard as we can.
What I want to see, even though I want people to listen on the radio, watch the video, I want to see a packed-out house coming up tomorrow, Capitol Hall Field. See a maroon and white. What do you say?
Oh, I would love to see that, and I appreciate everybody that's came out today. I appreciate everybody listening to you and watching on Facebook Live and all that. You know, my brother in D.C., he gets to watch it and stuff, so it's pretty fun hearing him talk about it and tell me what all I've done wrong and stuff. So, you know, it's fun.
Well, can I talk to some players right now?
You too. I would love to.
All right, absolutely. Head coach Steve Edwards, and now we'll talk to Brady Robertson here, the starting pitcher this afternoon for the Mules. Talk about the win. Most importantly, how much fun is this team having right now in the SEMO Conference?
No, it's a lot of fun. Last year we made it to the championship, but they ended up losing to Kennett. And, you know, we want that revenge. We want to come out on top.
I was saying this during the broadcast. Entering today's ball game, you had 2 RBIs. Today, 3 alone. It seemed like everybody was all in. The hitting came very easy to you guys. What about today made you guys stand out?
You know, I think we just did all the little things right. We smacked the ball. We made the plays. You know, I tried to pitch as well as I could. And, you know, I think we did all that, and that made us stand out.
You know, the last time I talked to you back at the Jackson ball game, you said that you know you're in a lot of pain. It's not going to stop until the season's over. You're not going to quit. Talk about the first inning, fouling the ball off your ankle. It seemed like you were in some pain, but somehow fought through it. How much pain is Brady Robertson truly in when you're on the mound and when you're in the batter's box?
You know, it definitely varies. You know, I'm trying to switch up my landing spot because usually I land on my heel, so I'm trying to land on the side of my foot and toes, whatever I can do. But you know, I'm just fighting through it. So.
One thing about your ball team that I'm noticing the dugout, when you hustle down the first base line and you beat out an infield base hit, I mean, what about it to you is not letting you quit right now?
You know, I'm just trying to hustle. I'm trying to give everything, give all my heart to my teammates, you know, out on the field. I'm just trying to do the best things I can do, as well as I can do it. So that's what I'm trying to do for my teammates.
So you were under 75 pitches for the game. That means if we're able to beat Jackson coming up tomorrow, we'll play in the championship game on Monday. How big is that you're going to be able to possibly pitch in that ball game?
You know, it's huge. I think I really want to pitch in that game. Last year, Canada did a great job, but we just fell a little bit short. I think I can take us there.
As a senior leader on this team, what are some things that you guys want to improve on here? Maybe you take this game, you take it in stride. What do you guys want to improve on before tomorrow afternoon against Jackson?
I know you can always improve on almost everything, but I think we just need to get our gloves and stop making limit errors, and when we limit errors, we win ball games, so that's fun.
I know Coach Edwards isn't around, so tell me real quick, how big is this game coming up tomorrow? Bluff against Jackson, always a big-time rival.
Definitely huge. You know, we always want to win, and we just I don't want to say we hate Jackson, but, you know, I heard what they said about us on the radio, so, you know.
Now, for the record, that was not me.
I know it wasn't you. I know what they were saying, so, you know, it just fuels the fire a little bit more.
All right, well, congratulations. Great victory here today, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow afternoon against Jackson.
Thank you.
You betcha. All right, Cannon Carr, get over here, my friend. 2-run home run. What was you thinking when, first off, the ball left your bat? You knew it was gone, didn't you?
Nah, honestly, I was like, oh, this is to the fence. Like, this stand-up double, I may stretch it into a triple here, and then saw a ball go over the fence, and I got pretty hyped up after that.
You know, for those of you who have never seen you play, I've seen you play football, basketball, and now baseball as well. Phenomenal athlete. When you were running from third to home base, we've seen Cannon Carr kind of step out of his shell a little bit, and it could seem like that all the stress in the world was gone for that 90 feet.
Man, I've been waiting for this moment my whole high school career. You know, I've hit a couple in travel ball, but never one at a high school, and especially at my home field. So it just really meant a little bit more. And before the game, you know, some of the boys were like, oh, you got to hit the gritty if you hit a home run. So I had to do it for them.
Well, let me ask you, because, you know, the cool thing is you can go back and watch that home run anytime you want to. It's on camera now. So what was it like doing that in front of your grandma, your grandpa, your mom and dad? What was that like?
You know what? I might get a little chewed out after that, you know, just for not having my composure and stuff. And,
no, I mean just hitting the home run altogether.
You know, it was great. You know, I had a lot of my family here, grandma, grandpas, aunts, uncles, so it was really important to me.
So the last time I talked to you was in Jackson, and obviously some words were said during the ball game we didn't know about until after the ball game. So as Brady brought it up a moment ago, how much fire does that bring into you 7 seniors going into Capitol Hall Field one more time to take on Jackson one more time in the regular season? We may see them again down the road, but how important tomorrow will this game be for you guys?
Oh, extremely. You know, after hearing what they said on the radio, it lights a new fire under you and fuels it just a little bit more, give you a little more grit, a little bit more grind to go out there and beat them.
So knowing that you know now that, I'm sure you already knew this before the game, but knowing that you're going to be on the mound coming up tomorrow, what will you do between now and 12:15 to get ready for this game?
Probably just eat and sleep, honestly.
Eat and sleep, honestly. So, once again, for your family here watching, a lot of fans watching you on social media, what's your thoughts on those people who supported you guys all year long? We all know this year has been a roller coaster of an emotional season. You guys have compelled together and banded together. What's your message to the community who is behind you guys 100%?
From the bottom of my heart and my team's heart and coaches and just our high school, we want to say thank you. Thank you for the support. We know we've been up and down all through the season, but for the ones who stuck with us, we really appreciate that. What's
really cool is even a guy who doesn't play shortstop very often, you made a great catch there at shortstop here today, keeping the ball in front of you. I really said this on the air that you can play any position and you can do well at it, and we saw that here today.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that, Frankie. I try to get my best wherever Coach puts me.
All right, well, congratulations. Get some sleep, and, of course, congratulations. Good luck coming up tomorrow one more time against Jackson.
Thank you.
You betcha. So we want to see a big Mules crowd tomorrow afternoon, 12:15 at Kappa Hall Field. Our pregame is going to begin coming up at about 11:45. We will have this game coming up tomorrow on the radio side as well as on Facebook and on YouTube. And, of course, it is just past 6 o'clock. We thank you so much for joining us. The Mules getting a win here today. Robertson, by the way, in the ball game getting the win. And, of course, the Mules put up 10 runs. It took 5 innings, and Cannon Carr, 4 RBIs. Brady Robertson had 3 big RBIs, and the Mules get the win 10-0. They will now take on the Jackson Indians coming up tomorrow. In other matchups, it'll be Cape Central. They move on as well. So does the Kennett Indians. It'll be Kennett, it'll be Cape, and then Poplar, Bluff, and Jackson coming up tomorrow afternoon. We'll be live at Kappa Hall Field in Cape Girardeau. So once again, the Mules getting the win today. They move on. And, of course, we are excited to be here, our final home game of the season. And you heard Kent Keith say it earlier with the weather. There is a very small window. We might be back here tomorrow, but it looks like if the rain holds off, we'll go up to Cape and we'll give Jackson one more thrill. And hopefully the Mules will come away with a win. Tim, great job once again on the camera as usual. So go ahead and share this video for us. You can watch it online by going to youtube.com/River Radio PB, and also like us on Facebook as well. Until tomorrow, I'm Frankie Castillo. We have been live on location at Bobby Strenfeld Field in Poplar Bluff as the Mules get the victory 10-0 over the Dexter Bearcats. You've been watching Mules Baseball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network. Thank you guys.